Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the second video on this channel. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so and see this channel grow into the biggest tech channel on earth. Probably not, but please, if you enjoy this, then please subscribe. And today I want to discuss the topic why I personally think that using AA batteries in 2021 is better than having integrated batteries in your products. And yes, I know that this might be an unpopular opinion and that you might think, oh my god, what is he even talking about? But please give me a chance to explain, so let's roll the intro and have fun. Alright, I think the best example for this debate is the war between Xbox and PlayStation controllers, because as you might know, PlayStation controllers are being delivered with integrated batteries for a couple of years now. Unlike the Xbox controllers, those actually still use AA batteries to be powered, which you put in yourself. And there are a couple of arguments for either side, but today I'm gonna explain why I think that Xbox's approach is actually better. And keep in mind that whenever I say battery for the AA batteries in this video, I actually mean rechargeable batteries, because of course it's clear that using AA rechargeable batteries is way better and way more sustainable than using single-use batteries. So with that out of the way, let's start with my first argument for using AA-type batteries. And that actually is sustainability, because AA-type batteries are easily user replaceable. And I think this point is pretty much self-explanatory, because if we use the Xbox versus PlayStation example again, the PlayStation controller has built-in batteries for a couple of years now, and it is pretty clear that these batteries will degrade over time. So every time you charge your built-in battery, whether it's your phone or your PlayStation controller or whatever, it does degrade a little bit. So most battery packs are actually capable of charging between 300 and 500 times before they degrade considerably. That means that after a couple of years, depending on how much you use it and how much you charge it, of course, your product might not be usable anymore. Using the PlayStation controller once again as an example, if you have the newest PlayStation 5 and you keep charging its controller for, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 years, you will notice that its running time will decrease over time. And that is perfectly normal for rechargeable batteries. Because of course, like everything in the world, nothing is made forever. So like I said, after 300 to 500 charging cycles, your runtime will decrease significantly, meaning that your PlayStation controller might not be usable after 3 or 5 years of use anymore, because its running time will be, I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe 2, maybe even less. So you would think about actually buying a new controller. Or you could of course replace the built-in battery, but I think that this is simply not an option for the normal everyday average user. Because of course it is theoretically possible, but A, not many people have the knowledge of how to do this, and B, I don't think that Sony actually sells legit replacement batteries for the PlayStation 5 controller. On the Xbox controller, on the other hand, it does look quite a bit different, because we have the standard AA batteries in this controller. They of course are made to be user replaceable. And if we presume that you are using AA rechargeable batteries with your controller, that means that of course you can replace those batteries easily as soon as they start to degrade, or as soon as you think it might be necessary to replace them. And that will not set you back, I don't know, like 70, 60 bucks for a new controller and create a lot of e-waste. No, you will just have to go on Amazon, or I don't know, go to Walmart or whatever and buy new rechargeable AA batteries for, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 bucks for a piece of 4 batteries, which is of course a lot cheaper than buying a new controller, and even more important, of course a lot better for the environment, because you are not creating e-waste just because one single battery pack is not performing as it should anymore. And of course you should recycle your old AA rechargeable batteries properly. The second example of using AA-type form factors in your electronics is actually the running time itself, because most of the times AA rechargeable batteries will have a lot more milliampere hours than its integrated counterpart. Going with the PlayStation versus Xbox once again, the PlayStation 5 built-in battery has a rating of 1560 milliamps, and the Xbox of course doesn't have any because you use your own batteries, or you should use your own rechargeable AA batteries. Most rechargeable batteries, for example my own Varta batteries here, have between 2100 and 2600 milliamps, but of course there are also batteries with even more milliamps. For example, I also own batteries with 2800 milliamps. That means that at least in theory, the Xbox controller should last you a lot longer than the PS5's controller. And another advantage on top is of course that you are of course free to use any rechargeable battery size you want. If you want, you can try to find a battery with an even bigger capacity of, I don't know, maybe 3000 milliamps, or just use batteries with, I don't know, 1500 milliamps, whatever you like. Another example for this is actually the microphone I'm recording on right now, because I have two types of microphones. The one microphone has an integrated battery rechargeable via USB-C, which is of course nice because USB-C everything and you just need one cable and don't need a recharging station for your AA type rechargeable batteries. But the microphone with the rechargeable integrated battery has about 60 hours of runtime, which is more than enough for a typical shoot. But I also have a microphone which uses two AA batteries just like the Xbox controller, and that gives it a lot longer running time. For example, like I said, the USB-C one has a running time of about 60 hours, which is quite nice, but the microphone I'm recording on right now has been on and running for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, I think maybe even 6 days right now. And just to do the math, 4 days equals 96 hours, so that is already more than 50% more than the USB-C rechargeable integrated battery in the other microphone. And speaking of microphones and semi-professional gear, this also comes with another advantage, which I will talk about in my conclusion. But first, let's talk about the last point on my list, which is actually convenience. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time. And I know this might confuse a couple of you, because you may think, well, that doesn't make any sense, because if I can just recharge my microphone or whatever using my USB-C cable, which I have of course laying around all the time because of my phone, that is a lot more convenient than just using AA rechargeable batteries, which I have to charge separately and which I have to keep charged in order to swap them out to use my equipment if one battery does run out of power. And yes, that might be true for some of you, but if you are starting to have somewhat of a semi-professional workflow, it actually is a lot more convenient to have batteries you can swap on the fly. Because of course it is nice to just plug in a USB-C cable and have the battery recharge, but you also have to wait for your equipment to actually work again, which can be a big problem, for example, if you're on a shoot out and everybody is getting paid by the hour and you just say, well, I forgot to charge the mic, please just wait half an hour before the mic is actually usable again. And if you are using AA type batteries or rechargeable batteries, you can just swap them on the fly, like I said. For example, my microphone, like I said, is using two AA rechargeable batteries, and if this mic should for some reason die right now, I could just go to my drawer, grab two new AA rechargeable batteries which are actually charged, put them in and be right back in, I don't know, maybe if I'm really quick, in about 30 seconds. If I would have a USB-C powered integrated battery, that wouldn't be the case, because I would need to recharge, and even not being on a shoot right now, I would run into time problems, because that would set me back like, I don't know, 30 minutes and I couldn't start editing, and that would mess with my plans for the day. So as you see, there are kind of two sides to the story, and I know for the average consumer USB-C might be a little bit more convenient, but for semi-professional work, this does come with quite significant drawbacks. This is also the reason why a lot of semi-professional or professional gear even is still using AA batteries instead of rechargeable batteries, because like I said, you have close to no downtime if anything goes wrong. Of course, you have to provide another pair of actually charged AA rechargeable batteries, but given you are actually capable of supplying them, you have close to no downtime and you are saving a lot of time instead of charging on the spot with an integrated battery. And one major advantage is that you should, of course, at least in my opinion, always use rechargeable batteries because they are just simply better for the environment. But if you are out and about and you actually forgot to bring your extra AA rechargeable batteries as a backup, you can go to the supermarket, for example, just run in there, grab a single-use battery, put it in your microphone or your audio recorder, and you will be able to record again. And of course, if you have an integrated battery, that is not possible, because then you would have to find someone who actually has a power bank, who has a USB-C cable, which might be the case, but still then you would need to wait till your gear is charged to be able to be used again. So to sum it all up, I actually think that using AA type batteries is actually the better option, especially if it's for professional or semi-professional gear. Coming back to the microphone example I mentioned when talking about running time, this does become even more apparent. Because one of my mics, the one with an integrated USB-C rechargeable battery, does actually go for around 150 euros on Amazon. But the problem is, once I used it for a couple of years and recharged the battery like, I don't know, 300, 500 times, I know that this gear won't really be usable down the line, because I know that in 5 years the battery will degrade and I can't actually change it unless I'm somehow able to get the exact replacement part and I'm somehow able to open this whole thing up without destroying it, which is pretty difficult, especially when dealing with microphones. This means while I most certainly won't be able to use my pretty expensive 150 euro microphone in, I don't know, 5 or 10 years, I actually can use my other microphone with a AA type of battery, because I can still change the battery even in 10, 15 or 20 years, of course given that the microphone is not destroyed by then by any other means. So for me, actually using AA type batteries is extremely important for longevity and of course sustainability. And I actually think and hope that more products will still continue to use the AA type battery, or maybe AAA battery, or some kind of user replaceable battery in the future, especially when it's about semi or professional gear, which tends to be pretty expensive. So what do you think about my opinion and about this whole video? Do you use user replaceable AA type batteries and of course hopefully rechargeable batteries, or do you still prefer integrated batteries in your tech products? Leave me your opinion down in the comments below, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. I'm trying to grow my channel in this very year and also in the coming year, and hope that this video was entertaining. Please stay healthy, watch out for the thing that shall not be named, and yeah, stay healthy, have a happy day, a happy life, and yeah, stay awesome. Till then, see you in the next video.
Beep, beep, I'm a sheep,